So we should all be familiar with Leviathan by now because she has been available in her A rank ice elemental form since the launch of Aether Gazer. And the next rate up character that's coming in the second half of the summer event is going to be her S rank, which is a water elemental healer slash DPS. Now, this video is solely for the reason of showing you her kit so that you can make the sound decision if you want to pull for her or not. Now, this character, in my opinion, is going to be hard to want to pull for, with the possibility of Hell or Hela, Hera, and Hades possibly being back to back to back. But if you do pull for this character, there are some benefits. Let's talk about the kit for S Rank Leviathan. And if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me if this is a character that you're going to be skipping or pulling for, and what character you're going to be pulling for if you choose to skip S Rank Leviathan. Let's get it popping. Alright, so let's start off with her basic attack. Remember, it's doing water elemental damage, and basically it's just 5 attacks chained together to deal some damage to the enemy. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that 4th attack brings out her little sea monster to deal some damage to the enemy, and that's going to be like a crucial part to her lore. She has a sea creature, sea monster that helps her attack and heal. So yeah, you'll see that throughout a lot of her movesets. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that basic attack once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so let's move on to her skill 1. Alright, so her skill 1 is a very unique attack because it generates this little marker at the bottom of the screen right above her health bar. I'm not really sure what it's called. I'll make sure I have all the information at the bottom of the screen as usual, but what it does is increase her self-healing effectiveness as well as increases her damage output. So let me go ahead and show you this ability. Now it's just going to push some water towards the enemy while also pulling the enemy close. Now you see that little marker at the bottom of the screen. That's the little mark I was talking about earlier. But let's talk about that ability to pull enemies closer. So if you see I'm at a nice distance away from the enemy, let's go ahead and use her skill 1, and it pulls the enemy closer. Now once you have that marker at the bottom of the screen, up to 4 times, I think it's 4 stacks, yeah, up to 4 stacks, you can increase the damage output and self-healing. Now just in case I am wrong about any of that, I'm gonna have the description at the bottom of the screen as usual, but yeah, up to 4 stacks, it increases the self-healing effectiveness, which in turn also helps out with her damage output. So yeah, you see that is such a cool ability to be able to pull enemies closer. It's not really something that's new, but it will definitely help out in battle. Alright, so her skill 2 generates these little sea creatures, sea monsters around her, also creating one of those markers at the bottom. Now you can see the marker is slightly different, and this marker actually helps you increase your self-crit damage. Now I have that information at the bottom as I mentioned earlier so that you'll get the full details of how this works. But basically this attack actually generates a nice little water damage AoE that deals damage to any enemy that's within that circle. So it is a really cool attack to have, and it also generates trace. Now every single attack that she does generates trace, but I believe the basic attack requires 15 hits to the enemy before it generates 1 trace. So just keep that in mind for her entire kit. She generates trace consistently, and that's actually really important to her skill 3. Alright, so let's talk about S Rank Leviathan skill 3. There's a lot of layers to her skill 3, and hopefully I remember all of this because there's just so much to this. So what you want to have in order to get the most out of this is 4 traces. And you also want to have the 2 marks that come from skill 1 and skill 2. So for every 15 attacks that you do with the basic attack, sorry, every 15 hits that you do with the basic attack, you get 1 trace. You also get a trace from skill 1 and skill 2. Now, as you can see, once I have 4 traces, skill 3 starts glowing. So what this means is that I'm going to get an enhanced skill 3. Now, the enhanced skill 3 basically grants more healing to not only yourself, but your teammates. But those 2 markers, on the other hand, provide additional bonuses to the skill 3. Now, when you use the skill 3 and it consumes both of them, a lot is happening. You're healing yourself, you're healing your teammates that are within range of that circle, and you're dealing damage to the enemies within that circle as well. And once you consume both of those marks that were right above my health, consuming the first mark, the one that comes from her skill 1, it will enhance the damage dealt to the enemy based off of the self-healing. When you consume the mark from skill 2, that provides a damage reduction to the entire team. Now, when you don't have any traces, or you don't have all 4 traces, when you use skill 3, it provides you with a trace. Now, it's best to just go ahead and get 3 traces and then use your skill 3. And I'll show you that once the timer has reset, or the cooldown resets. Once you use the skill 3 to get the 4th trace, it automatically sets up for you to use the enhanced skill 3. Alright, so what I found the best way to prepare skill 3 is to just go ahead and use the basic attack, because for 15 hits, for every 15 hits, you get 1 trace from the basic attack. From the skill 1, you get 1 trace, and from skill 2, you get a trace. Now, I didn't do that correctly, so I'm going to do it again, but you want to go ahead and get 1 trace from the basic attack, and then you want to use skill 1 to get another trace. Then you want to use skill 2 to get the 3rd trace, and then you use skill 3 to get the final one and enhance your skill 3. So that's the way that I would use her. I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it, but that's how I would do it, because it makes the most sense to go by that rotation. Alright, and now we're finally at S Rank Leviathan's ultimate. Now, in comparison to skill 3, the ultimate is very easy to understand. So basically, when you use the ultimate, it provides damage reduction to the entire team for 8 seconds. And during those 8 seconds, the following skill 3 after using the ultimate will not have a cooldown. So and just like that. So yeah, that's pretty much S Rank Leviathan's kit. This character is gonna be really good for AI. Gonna be really good for AI and enhancing your entire team, making sure they have sufficient heals, and that damage reduction and self-healing damage boost for her is going to be very useful from skill 3. But yeah, this character is actually going to be really dope to have. Not top tier. I don't think any healers so far are top tier, but yeah, definitely a character that's going to be useful on a team. And that's basically it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section below if you're going to be pulling for S Rank Leviathan. And if not, let me know who you're saving for. Have a wonderful day. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Stay chaotic. Peace out, everyone.